There. Did you get the tea there? There's some boosh, but.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call tonight's Board of Directors order. I ask everybody if they please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and then a moment of silence. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic that stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Howard, roll call, please.
Sir, Mr. Bushy.
Here.
Mrs. Walker.
Here.
Mr. Sensenig.
Here.
Mr. McGeehan. Here. Mrs. Beachy.
Here.
Dr. Frick. Mr. Gerhart. Here. Mr. Linder. Here. And Mr. Claire.
Here.
8 members present.
Thank you. I just want to remind everybody that the October 24th school board meeting is open to the public and is also being streamed virtually. An executive session was held October 24th tonight to discuss legal matters. I need a motion for the approval of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So moved. All right, do I have any approval of minutes from the September 26th school board meeting?
So moved. Second.
Questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, Dr. Axe, one of our favorite portions of the night.
Learners of the month. First, we have from Barron Elementary, Avery Leonard from grade 3 multi-age, and her presenter is Mr. Pyle. So Avery, if you could come on up.
Nominated Avery or Ava Leonard as our learner of the month. Since the first day of school, Ava has set an amazing example for her fellow 3rd and 4th grade peers and is constantly modeling our Barron's best behavior. Respectful, responsible, and prepared are common words to define outstanding learners. Ava displays these characteristics on a constant basis, but she also goes above and beyond. Ava is a leader, a goal seeker. She is honest, determined, and a friend to everyone. She is always striving to do better each week of school and comes to school every day with a positive attitude. We can always count on Ava to be a role model for her classmates. She is so reliable and models great integrity, not just in class, but in her specials as well. No matter the task, I know Ava will go above and beyond my expectations and set the bar high for the rest of the class, including her fourth grade peers. One example that came to mind of her going beyond Mr. Enk's expectations was when the learners took their district writing assessment. Ava turned in multiple sheets of paper when she was finished. Mr. Enk, you remember this? Mr. Enk assumed she accidentally wrote about all 3 writing prompts because he never had a learner write so much. When asked, Ava replied, "Mr. Enk, I didn't. I just wanted to show you how much I love to be a writer." Again, Mr. Enk is not the only person in the building who notices this outstanding learner. Ava's talents and positive attitude is noticed by all of her teachers and the staff members within Barron Elementary. We are very proud to nominate Ava as our Learner of the Month. She exemplifies all of the qualities that we look for in a third grade student. Great job, Ava Leonard.
Okay, next up from Doe Run Elementary, we have Carson Peters, grade 3, presenter Ms. Kime. Hello.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Carson Peters. Carson is an amazing student in my classroom. As you are going to hear, Carson is not only driven academically, but also driven to succeed in all the activities she is involved with. Socially, Carson is very well liked by her peers. She's helpful to everyone. She's enjoyed for her outgoing personality and her random acts of kindness and helping people out whenever she sees there's a need. Her look of shock and surprise when Mr. Painter and I announced that she was this month's recipient was absolutely priceless. I wish I had my camera. She was so excited for whoever it was going to be, but I don't think she expected me to call her name at all. So it was really neat. When it comes to her schoolwork, she gives 100% of her effort. If something is confusing or doesn't make sense, she is not afraid to ask questions. When I give the option for extra credit, she's on it. She does it. Much of what we do in class requires collaboration and teamwork. Carson does a great job at listening to my instructions, and then she takes the lead in making sure that her teammates are on board as well. Your job's done, don't you? When I am teaching, Carson gives me all of her focus and participates with enthusiasm. She's got a twinkle in her eye and a smile that will light up the room. I interviewed Carson today. She wanted to know why I was asking her all of these questions, just to get to, so you could get to know her a little bit better. So I asked her favorite subject, and without hesitation, you said science, because she loves to do experiments. And your favorite activities and her hobbies, she likes to ride her hoverboard and do crafts with her brother Ace. That's how I learned of your name today. And I understand you have a craft room at home with everything that you need to do all sorts of fun crafts together. That's fantastic. Sports, I was not knowledgeable of all of this. Carson plays soccer and softball, that I knew. Okay, for softball, she most enjoys playing the infield, second, third, or shortstop. Outfield is not her favorite. Most recently, Carson has started playing basketball. When I asked her of the 3, which was her favorite so far, she said she has no favorite at this point. Smart. Future plans, that was a quick answer. You ready for this? She said, well, my dad says I have to go to college. He did. When asked what she thinks she might be for a job when she grows up, he didn't take too long to answer. She said either an artist or a scientist. And I said, you could do both. Carson's hero, she said, well, my hero is my dad because I'm daddy's little girl. Don't worry, Mom. She said, my brother is mommy's boy. In closing, I have a few words from another Doe Run grown-up who spends time with Carson during our boost time, Mrs. Snader. And she shared with me, what a great choice. Carson is always very excited and ready for boost group whenever she comes. She is very helpful and gets things ready for the group. She is very attentive, which you are, and is focused on her learning and eager to do her best in any and all activities that we work on. She is a model student and a great example for her peers. So Carson, with that, it is my pleasure to be standing up here with you by my side for tonight's school board recognition. If I had a crystal ball, I would predict that you will be a very happy and successful young lady when you're all grown up. In the meantime, persevere, that's our word, right? Yep, and keep up your hard work and remember to always be you. Congratulations. Dream big and reach for the stars.
All right, and from our middle school, Materia Olson, grade 6, presented by Mr. Atkinson.
Good evening. So I'm happy to be here with Letty. And her teachers put together a video for us to watch just about her exemplary behavior. When talking about picking a student for this month, it became apparent very quickly that Letty was the perfect candidate for this, and that her teachers were really, really proud of her and happy to have her in this position.
Congrats, Letty, on winning Learner of the Month. It's definitely well-deserved. Letty does an excellent job in class of always participating, always having a smile on her face, always friendly, always helpful to her peers. She's always the first one to offer help or explain something to someone if they're not sure. And again, she does it with such a positive attitude. So again, well-deserved, Letty. Congrats.
Letty is a hardworking student who tries her best with every task given to her. If she doesn't understand something, she'll ask for clarification or for help. But most importantly, Letty is kind and respectful to both her peers and to teachers. She's willing to help out anyone who needs help. Letty is deserving of this honor of Learner of the Month.
And I just want to say how wonderful it is to have Letty in the class. She is such a hard worker. And responsible. I can always count on her to be doing what she's supposed to, and she is a great role model for her classmates as well. So, Letty, congratulations.
In choir for the past 2 years, including this year, and I just love her smile. I love her attitude about everything, and her focus in class is just on point at all times. She tries her best in everything she does and communicates so well. It's a pleasure to have Letty as my student.
Letty is a delight to have in the music classroom. Her strong attention to detail and ability to follow directions is a great asset for her. Her compositions are very creative and show great attention to detail and application of the new ideas we're learning in music class. A regular helper in the classroom, Letty will always help anyone who needs help with a new idea or new procedure to help them be successful in class as well.
And from the high school, we have grade 11, Calissa McAdams, and we have a video from Ms. Campbell. Is Calissa here? All right.
Sorry about that. There we go.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Campbell, and I'm the German teacher here at Manheim Central High School. On behalf of the World Languages Department at Manheim Central, I am pleased to honor October's Student of the Month. Calissa McAdams has been a German student of mine for the past 3 years. Since the very beginning, she has shown a keen interest in German in addition to natural ability to acquire the language. She goes above and beyond in my program, being actively involved in German Club and even serving as vice president this year. I really appreciate the leadership that she demonstrates. Last year, she scored exceptionally high on the national German exam, placing second in Central Pennsylvania. This spring, she will take German 4, which is now dual enrollment college in the high school, through the University of Pittsburgh. She will earn 3 credits of intermediate German from the halls of Manheim Central. I can't wait to see what the future holds for her. Congratulations, Calissa. This honor is very well deserved.
Yes.
Let's recognize the students as well as their parents tonight. Congratulations. Oh, we thought since we're going to be here so long and so boring, you'd like to stay out of bed tonight for a while. No, if not, if you go out here in the lobby, we'll have cookies and pictures or something. Thank you very much. Okay, the next order of business is the recognition of visitors for public comment. The board encourages citizens of the district to come before the board to present their petitions, inquiries, or other communications of interest. The board invites public citizens of the district comment on any topic that is within the board's jurisdiction. Anyone who's going to address the board should limit their remarks to about 3 minutes if possible. And we do have one, Marianne Hershey, who would like to talk to the board.
Thank you for this opportunity to come and speak to you. My husband and I have been a resident of Radnor Township for almost 54 years. Our 3 children all graduated from Manheim Central, and I currently have 9 grandchildren, 3 of who have graduated from here, and 3 who are still in school, in elementary, middle school, and high school. When my children were in school, I was a room mother every year, and I also served for several years in the PTO committee. We have a great school district. You as a school board are facing difficult issues I could have never imagined when my kids were going to school. Drug issues, LBG, transgender, gender dysphoria are a few of the issues. That's why I felt led to start attending these meetings 2 months ago. I pray over each of you prior to coming into this room and continue praying throughout the meeting, asking for each of you to have wisdom and to seek truth. What is most important to me is that first and foremost, you recognize the importance of keeping parents informed of all issues related to their child while that child is in the care of the teacher. Parents need to be informed not only about their child's grades and learning capabilities, but also about any discussion the child may have with their teacher about their gender, bullying, sexual orientation, or suicidal thoughts. I'm not sure, maybe some of these things fall under a privacy that you're not able to share that with parents, and I would hope you would let me know that at some time. There is a school district in York County who may be sued by the parents for not informing them that their daughter wanted to be called by a masculine name while she was in school. And every time the teacher or someone contacted the parents, they had to refer to her by her given name and not by the one that she had preferred. To me, this is unacceptable. We are the adults, and As my 9th grade grandchild said, it's just a fad right now. I hope so, but what upsets me the most was that these parents were not informed of this issue. These children do not belong to the school, as you all know, as you teach them. We loan them to you to teach them. I truly hope that this does not happen and will not happen in this school district. Parents must be kept informed of all issues. I recognize the concern all teachers have when parents are not involved and could care less what their child does and thinks, but they still must be kept informed. And lastly, another issue, as a nurse, I'm greatly concerned about the recent CDC advisory panel's recent recommendation to have the COVID vaccine as part of the vaccine schedule for school. We all have our opinion about this vaccine, but we need to look at the data. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the vaccine adverse events reporting system that is managed by the CDC and the FDA under the US Department of Health. As of July of this year, there were 29,635 deaths related to the vaccine. There were 169,426 hospitalizations, 132,276 urgent care visits, 55,504 permanently disabled, 50,627 cases of myocarditis or pericarditis, 15,683 Bell's palsy diagnosis, 15,914 heart attacks, 9,793 anaphylaxis cases, and 4,882 miscarriages. Pre-COVID, any vaccine in the United States would be immediately halted if the number of vaccine deaths in a year reached 50. Back in the 1990s, the swine flu vaccine was halted after just 32 deaths. I'm not opposed to vaccines, but I am against vaccines not checked and gone through the vigorous trials all other vaccines have. Most have an 8 to 10 year trial until they're okayed by the FDA. I am simply asking you as a board, please do not mandate this vaccine for a requirement for school. Parents should have a right to choose for their own child. COVID-19 in most kids is a sniffles, a cough, and a mild fever, and many times subclinical. Thank you for allowing me to have this time to share my concern.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will go on. And number 7 is the personnel. And I think we could take A through I together. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved. Second.
Okay, any questions? If not, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Superintendent's report. Dr. Esch.
Yes, so we had something that we tried that was new this past week that I wanted to share with everyone and give the board a chance to share. We opened our schools up to the school board to visit with our administrators with the intent of just sharing with them so they could see sometimes they make all these decisions and they have a lot of pressure on them. And now we wanted to open the doors for them to get to see what our teachers are doing, what our administrators are doing, most importantly, what our students are doing. So I wanted to open it up for them to give some feedback. I will read Dr. Frick's commentary. He was able to visit the high school. Since he's not here, I'll start off with that and then open it up to the board if they want to share anything about things that they got to see with the visits this past week. Dr. Frick says it's wonderful to visit the high school and see a range of classes. Each class exhibited strong levels of engagement and through direct instruction, collaboration, or individual work. Even in the midst of renovation, the overall atmosphere of the building was positive. This is a credit to the ability of our facilitators and administration to work effectively together to create meaningful experiences for our learners. I just wanted to express my thanks publicly for the opportunity to visit and see our educators and learners at work. I'm looking forward to visiting the other schools in the district over the course of this year. All right, anyone else want to share?
I had an awesome time. I mean, I love seeing all the schools. The kids were really, especially the younger ones, they were really engaged with us. The high school kids, not so much, but there's like Dr. Axe brought up one thing that I was thinking, like there's very little classes in rows, everybody's working together. It's really a great environment. And the one thing that I noticed was the principals that took us around, every one of them seemed like they love their job, and that's pretty cool. So I enjoyed it. I look forward to more.
I went to Barron Elementary. That was my first time in Barron Elementary, and I was so impressed. Everything was just great. The kids were all attentive. They all listened. I don't know if it was set up or not. Yeah, we just had a great time. And you know, it was really nice, Dr. Ash. You introduced us and gave them, you know, kids. That was really nice. You didn't have to make us look that good, but it was fun, and they're just all so intent, busy. They're doing a great job of it. So thank you. I had a great time.
I was also in Barron. The word that came to my mind was honestly like a sense of peace that was in the school. I mean, it was just, you could see it on the countenance of the kids and with the teachers. And maybe it was too, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was for real. It really was, because you could see the kids knew what they were doing. They were engaged. They were doing their rotations, and it was run smooth. There was also a class that had a special needs child in there, and that, as a teacher, that would have stressed me out. But they had it covered. And I was impressed. I was very impressed.
So I guess I visited Barron, Doe Run, and the middle school. Thank you, Mr. Pyle, and thank you to everybody else, all the teachers and staff that I got to meet throughout the journey. Two things that really stood out to me in all three schools were what I saw was the STEM program moving from the elementary into the middle school. And I'm so excited with the new lab, what it'll do in the high school, and showing that transition all the way up through, because that's the future. And then the last thing that I want to say is I'm thoroughly impressed with all the students that knew who you were, Dr. Axe. And that's doesn't come from just being in there once. That means you're in the schools, seeing what's going on. They know you. So I just want to say thank you.
I had a wonderful experience too. Like, I'm glad I got to go to all 4 schools in between the 2 days, and just the children are so precious at all ages, but the younger kids, they really soaked up the attention. They were sad when you had to leave and go to the next class. And I was sad too, because I wanted to stay and hang out with them, but it was just fun getting to meet the teachers, the staff, and the sweet, precious children. So I'm thankful I got to go.
All right. Well, thanks.
Good opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, and this is something, just so everyone knows, we'll be doing this again in the spring. And that opens it up for board members who didn't get to do it this past fall, others who want to do it again. And then this will be a recurring practice over the years, because again, we want you to get to see as a board where your decisions impact our kids, and it means a lot. So thank you.
Dr. Axe, could I just interrupt you just a second? Sure. John and Dana, is John or Dana here? There are new employees, that professional staff that we approved tonight, and I should have asked then if you were here to please stand up so we can congratulate you. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Doctor.
Good. Just a reminder to the board, this week, starting tomorrow, I'll be in Washington, DC for a superintendent's conference that's through the IU. I will be accessible, but I won't have my laptop, so I won't be quite as accessible as normal. So just a heads up on that. Hoping to make it back in time for the game Friday night. So we'll see. Next thing is the Guide Farm update. Once everything's finalized, we did have the auction today, and we did sell the farm via auction, and we'll be able to have more information about that once everything's completely finalized. But I wanted to put that out there because we had shared with publicly that was going to be occurring. We feel that it was the right move, and I think the public will see that in the not too distant future. All right, student school board representatives, Heaven and Kate. And then when they're finished, we have a video to share as well.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I'm one of our representatives, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the stuff that's been going on in the high school, specifically centering around the clubs. Starting with the FFA club, It played a big part in setting up and running the farm show for us this month. They helped run the livestock check-in. They ran and set up from scratch the children's area. They set up the stalls and housing for all of the animals. They decorated the animal showing arena, and they provided additional volunteer hours at different areas of the farm show. And all of them did this while many of them additionally showed their own animals or participated in other events within the farm show. They also set up and ran the buyer's dinner. And additionally, some of the FFA members participated as junior farm show board members, which is an important part of the farm show where the younger generation gets to voice their opinion on different things. The club as a whole ran 2 county-wide contests, including a livestock contest and a tractor driving obstacle course, where hundreds of kids from other FFA chapters throughout the county came to participate in. They wanted to say that they are very thankful for the board's support in allowing them to serve the community throughout the week. There's also the Going Beyond event that happened last week, where 303 11th and 12th graders students, including online and CTC students, participated in the Going Beyond service, which was a 3-hour window during the day where students gave back to the community. This created a total of 909 hours of manpower given to over 34 organizations that the school partnered with. They have heard nothing but positive feedback from the students, chaperones, and the community organizations. And BNN created a video highlighting some of the work that they did, which we are going to be sharing with you guys today. If the video works.
You want to share that now and then?
Yeah.
Went to Jubilee Ministries. Yep, in Lebanon. We basically got a tour of the whole building and like an understanding of what they did, and then we sorted jewelry and like tagged them. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty chill.
I took a group to the Mannheim Central Historical Society today. It's a group I'm involved with. I'm kind of passionate about what they do over there. We spent most of the day climbing around under train cars, cleaning trash and pulling weeds, but I think generally everybody had a pretty good time. If you ever look for something to do, they've got a great new collection over there. They've invested over $100,000 in glass, iron, and indentures.
In addition to Going Beyond, this past month, we as German Club got to participate in Kutztown's first annual German American Day, which under the supervision of Mrs. Campbell and Miss Sample, who took a little under 30 students to Kutztown University to participate in said first annual German American Day. Each student was able to select 2 German-based activities to participate in throughout the day. And it was really great. Then Barron Stage has their fall play coming up, which will be Sense and Sensibility. A small synopsis that I was provided with is Sense and Sensibility by Kate Hamill is a playful new adaptation of Jane Austen's beloved novel that follows the fortunes and misfortunes of the Dashwood sisters. Sensible Eleanor and hypersensitive Marianne, after their father's sudden death, leaves them financially distraught, and socially vulnerable. Set in the gossipy late 18th century England, with a fresh female voice and the play is full of humor, emotional depth, and bold theatricals. Sense and Sensibility examines our reactions, both reasonably and ridiculous, to social pressure. When reputation is everything, how do you follow your heart? The show is going to be on November 18th, 19th, and 20th. Thespian Honor Society, which has a lot of our Barron Stage members, also had a choir version of Mamma Mia, which they performed on October 13th. Our marching band, along with their color guard, went to a competition on October 8th to Eastern York, where they won first place in their division and had the highest score for the entire show. Student Council also held our homecoming dance on the 1st of this month, and we had over 600 students in attendance. Additionally, this Thursday, Student Council is holding our annual trunk or treat in the high school parking lot, where lots of clubs and organizations will be giving out candy. So if you guys have any kids or grandkids, bring them out from 6 to 8.
Hi, I'm Heaven Irishfight, and I will be speaking about the sports that have been happening since the last week. So our football team, as all of you probably know, is still undefeated. At the most recent home game, our team beat CV 48-0 with 2 touchdowns by Bryson Arnold and 1 by Zach Hahn. Last Friday, our team played away at Governor Mifflin and beat them 69-21. The last game of the regular season will be held this Friday against Exeter Township in the Lancaster Lebanon Section 2 title. If we win the final game, our team will host the playoff game this Friday. Our cross-country team was at the LL League All-League meet last Tuesday against Africa. 5 girls and 2 boys from Mannheim Central qualified for the Big District Run at Big Spring in late October. This includes Megan Ibach, Jenna Moffett, Julie Lindberg, Taylor Brookhart, and Alexa Hoffman, who are the 5 girls. Carter Brookhart and Cameron Evans are the males who will be representing Mannheim Central. Our girls field hockey team plays this Wednesday against Elizabethtown, and the girls this year are already semi-finalists and won their section title. Our girls volleyball team has a record of 12-6 this year. Sports Catholic tomorrow evening. Last week they played Solenko and beat them 3-1, placing them 3rd in section 2. They head into the 2nd round of districts this week. 3 of their players have been selected as 2022 Lancaster Lebanon League All-Stars. Making the first team is Maddie Hall. Making the second team is Addie Boshuk and Natalie Segrist. The girls' tennis team is league semifinalists, and they won their section. They played Cumberland Valley and lost to them, making them district quarterfinalists. Our boys' soccer team won against Cedar Cliff for their senior night, 2-1, which makes Coach Brenneis his 100th career victory. He has led the Barons boys' soccer team for 10 years now and is stepping down after this season. To make a compilation of all of these various sporting events, the videography department at the high school came up with a way to compile moments captured happening in and around the school. This idea is called Barron Vision, which will be a platform for compilation of videos from sporting events, social events, presentations in class, science labs, and much more. It is encouraged to students to get videos or photos of something happening in or related to the school district. The content is then compiled into a video to represent Mannheim Central School District and spread Barron pride.
Then going to our Doe Run school, they have had a splendid month filled with excitement and participation from parents and the community. They have adopted their Barron's Best program to promote positive behavior and encourage learners to be responsible, respectful, and safe through their school days. Learners will continue to earn Barron Best tickets when they are caught displaying great behavior. The learners take these tickets to enter into a silent auction of possible incentives for the month. These include books, taking Gracie for a walk, lunch with a staff member, and many more. Our learners are excited and cannot wait for the end of the month to pull their first winners. They additionally hosted over 600 people representing various learners and their families in the Bring a Loved One to Lunch week, which coincided with our book fair. Students were able to attend lunch with their child and visit the book fair. This year, they had a tremendous generosity from parents filling their teachers' wish list items to add books to their classroom from the book fair. Going Beyond Day was beneficial for everyone. It was touching to see the connections between the high schoolers and the elementary students. In addition, the teachers were able to reconnect with their former students. It was a great day for everyone. On October 21st, they had their PTO's biggest fundraiser of the school year, the Race for Education. This was a fun event where our school came together for great exercise and running for a good cause. Then to our middle school, they've had a busy month in October. Some key highlights including the Chris Heron, who came to the middle school on October 12th to present a powerful message to our 7th, 8th, and also 9th graders on a topic about being drug and alcohol free, as well as just being themselves. As a result of the assembly, all learners, 5th through 8th graders, have made the pledge to be drug and alcohol free, make a positive choice, and to make positive choices. And great turnout to their art night that was held on October 13th, and where families got to paint a beautiful fall scene. Finally, on October 14th, all learners participated in our PTO's fundraiser called Barron Challenge. Barron Times participated in team building activities where they received points for kindness and good sportsmanship. Currently, they have raised $8,670.90, and they are still raising money.
For Barron Elementary, we are making great progress at Responsible Citizens at Barron Elementary. Our learners and staff continue to look for ways to make connections around our school and within our community. Our 3rd graders are learning about diversity as they connect with learners in our deaf and hard of hearing class. We have also added a sign language studio to our Barron time rotations for other learners. It's hard to believe that marking period 1 is coming to an end. Our learners have done a tremendous job building stamina with their independent reading at school and at home. We love to see our kids excited to share the books that they are reading across the building. Our 2nd graders are enjoying the journey with their roadmaps in their math classes. We are excited to see the interest and engagement grow as they continue to demonstrate success with the skills that they are learning. It's not the destination, it's the journey. That was a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Our 4 Houses, One Barron Family project has focused on perseverance during the month of October. Learners are understanding that they can overcome challenges or obstacles with a little more effort and hard work. We, of course, are there to support them along the way. And that is all that we have. Thanks.
You would not like that. If you will have to stay for the last, you could be stay. Yeah, I think it's great. Listen.
I just want to make a comment. My daughter is in that 3rd grade class and comes home every week with new things that she's learning in sign language. So I applaud you, Mr. Pyle, and the teacher, because it's fantastic. Every week she comes home with something new.
I think this is a great tribute to our teachers, administrators, the work that's being done in our schools. So, all right, well, our next item would be, excuse me, Dr. Ashley, our Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Flannery.
2 updates for this evening. The first one is about a new program that we are partnering with to provide care. We're always looking for ways to support our students beyond the academic school day. And one of the things that we found is that I don't know if anyone's tried to make a doctor's appointment lately, but it seems like the waiting lists are always quite long, and that doesn't stop for the dental field as well. And so we're partnering with a program called SMILES, which is a health outreach program for dental care for children. So you may know that for years and years, we've had dentists come to school as a service to be able to check children's teeth, but they haven't been able to provide service beyond that. This program actually is doing service for things like exams to x-rays, cleanings, fluoride treatment, sealants, or restorative care like fillings, all at the school for families that are in needing of that service. So the dates for this year's pilot program are December 1st and 2nd at the middle and high school, at the elementary schools, and the middle and high schools are on December 12th and 13th. So we're excited to see if this, it provides medical service to families that could not get it otherwise. The second update I have for you is on our security officer and SRO position. I talked with Chief and we're excited to say that he has found a replacement who is in training at this point in time. That means that we're looking for probably mid to late November for a transition for our Officer Webb to move into our security role at the middle school and Doe Run. And then Ryan Yarnell, Officer Yarnell, will be joining us as our SRO at that point in time. So this is about 2 months earlier than we were hoping for. So we're really excited for that transition to take place.
I might add, both officers are can't wait to get started in their new positions. Pat McGinn, Treasurer's Report.
You look at our report this month, you'll notice a wealth of information.
Yeah.
Especially on the monthly invoices, and honestly, I like it. But it gives you everything you need. It might take a little longer to look for. I will make a motion that we approve item A. Item B, the monthly invoices for August. Item C, the monthly invoices for September.
I'll second.
Any other questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved.
We got a list of the high school renovation invoices. This month, no change orders, which is a good thing. So I'll make a motion that we approve the high school renovation invoices, item D.
I'll second.
Anybody have any questions? If not, all in favor? Aye. So moved. That it, Pat? Okay, we'll go into board committee reports and the Business Operations Facility Committee. Mr. Linder.
Nothing new, except we will have a meeting November 7th at 6 o'clock in the district office.
Okay, thank you. Now we go to the academic committee report with Dr. Frick, but I believe Dr. Flannery is going to.
I'll be reading.
Amy, okay, I'm sorry.
But she can do it.
No, that's fine. I just saw Amy here and.
The academic committee meeting was held on Thursday, October 29th. Many items were discussed, and we have one item tonight for board approval. The committee discussed library book procedures and required reading lists. The district will communicate with families in October on how they can opt in to be able to view the reading material their learner is checking out of the library. In addition, a list of required reading for each department will be located on the district website under the curriculum department. Ms. Basic shared an update on the departments working on curriculum this year: math, business, and guidance. Ms. Basic also shared about the October 7th Professional Development Day that was held with focus on social and emotional learning, trauma-informed practices, and wellness for students and staff. Mr. Weitzel gave an update on the business department and the lack of candidates applying for open positions. Mr. Weitzel and his team are working to find a solution to placing students whose schedules will be affected by the vacancies. Tonight, we ask the board for approval of the Seal of Biliteracy to be awarded to students beginning with the class of 2023 who earn proficiency in 2 or more languages, English being one of them. The seal will be placed on the student's diploma and will be recognized by colleges, universities, and by employers. To qualify, learners must meet these criteria: proficient in 2 languages. English must be one of the languages. AP students must score a 4 or higher on the English exam. Non-AP students must take the Apple exam, which is a $20 registration fee. And ASL is recognized as one of the languages, American Sign Language. ELL students must pass the WIDA to prove proficiency in English. I make a motion for the approval of the seal of biliteracy to be awarded to students beginning the class of 2023.
Second.
Do we have any comments or questions on it? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. So moved. Okay, activities committee. Well, we finally had an activity committee meeting, and we did a lot of good things. And Mark Schaefer, our athletic director, for the future, will be doing a lot more. We do have like to make a motion to approve the overnight out-of-state 10-day field trip to Europe in June of 2024. The cost of the trip, including required trip insurance, to be paid by the attending student. This has been done many times over the years. We've tightened things up. The Campbells have done a great job on this. Every student in their costs, if at the last minute the school says you can't go because there's a problem in one of those countries, nobody will lose any money. The insurance will pay the parents back for the entire trip. And they have to plan about almost 2 years in advance. I think it's a very worthwhile trip. And I'm asking for approval of that tonight. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Also need to approval of the high school social studies appreciation club. This is just going to be a new club that has proper guidance from our people in the high school, approved by Dr. Weitzel. And it's basically going to just the appreciation of social studies and discussion groups and all that. No money involved, and that'll meet probably on the Barron Club Day. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions?
Just curious, who's leading the club? You know who's leading?
Social studies teacher.
Dr. Kreider and Mr. Stefano.
Okay, thank you.
Ladies did an excellent job presenting it.
Pardon me?
The ladies did an excellent job presenting it.
Yeah, they did.
Very excited about social studies. Yeah.
We also had another individual that was at the committee and wanted approval for something that they really didn't need to have approval of, and that is the Seth Bien Club on October 13th just got together to provide Mamma Mia, I believe, is what they ended up going for. And there was no charge, no nothing. It's just a chance for the kids to get together and do their song and dance.
We have to vote on the social.
Pardon me?
We have to vote on the social studies club.
Oh, sorry, I do it, everyone. Approval of social studies, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. So I'm really excited about these other organizations, other kids who want to go the extra mile and do some things in their area. Does not need a board vote because it's all going to be running out of the club program. That ends my report. The next meeting will be probably right after the first of the year. General action items. I'd like to have a motion for A through E.
Mr. Claire, can I ask a question about D?
Pardon me?
About D?
Okay, do we want to?
No, I just have a question. And
Okay,
then
go ahead.
Okay. Is this in addition to the budget that's already submitted for this is in addition to, this is part of it?
Yeah, this is part of it, but we're approving this retroactively because it allows us to transition on the timeline that we were projecting for the middle of the year in the new area of the building. So this was already budgeted for. This is not in addition to.
It's not part of the original bid.
Gotcha. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's a good question.
Now you can group them all together.
Thank you. And if anybody else has any questions on any item, please feel free. Do I have
I'll make a motion.
second?
Second.
Anybody have any additional comments? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So moved. I'd like to take E separately, and that is approval of the quote for CLZ concrete construction, replacement of the concrete walkways at the Next Step House for a cost of $4,427.70.
So moved. Second.
Question.
Abstain.
Okay, she is going to abstain. So the rest, any other questions? And moved? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And now we'll go for the rest of the item, and that would be F through J. Motion for F through J. So moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Board representative reports. Lancaster, Lebanon, IU 13, Mrs. Walker.
Yeah, so we had our meeting on the 12th of October, and it was held right here at our Mannheim facility for the IU, which was neat to be able to go there and number one, selfishly, I didn't have to travel as far. But number two, it was really neat because they were giving tours of the facility as well. So just being able to see the classrooms there, that was much appreciated by all of the board members. And then after that, we just kind of had our normal meeting. There's nothing new to report, just our normal approvals of things. So, and our next meeting will be next month. I don't know the date off the top of my head.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Walker. Lancaster County CTC, Mr. Gerhardt.
Yeah, we have a board meeting coming Thursday. And they're excited down there because they're doing the in-person tours this year. They're so excited to be back at it. And the tours are November 15th at Brownstown and 16th at Mount Joy and 17th at Willow Street. So is there some signed up, I'm sure, right?
So it's not necessarily that they have to sign up with us, they just go.
Oh,
We
okay.
put that out in our communications.
Okay, and another thing they have is at the Mount Joy one, they're building a mock house. Well, it's a duplex, two houses, and they laid out the foundation on the ground instead of in the ground because it's a mock thing. And they had the morning class building one half and the evening class building the other. So things are going well.
Are there any lots open for them to build a new house?
I don't know that. I could find that out. That's
Oh, I
why.
don't need any, but I know the Donegal's principal, one of the first houses, and he and his wife lived there. All right, thank you, Mr. Gerhardt. ESBA legislative report, Mr. McGinn.
I'm assuming everybody's keeping up with the ESBA newsletters 2 or 3 times a week at this point. It seems to be the same old, so I don't think there's anything new and exciting. of it depends on the state legislature and you know how slow they move. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Lancaster County Academy. About 3 years ago, we had our last nickel in the Treasury's report. And we had to find a place to go, might go back 5 years. And our new executive director has done a phenomenal job. And we now are in a situation, we have 2 campuses and we are able to financially secure at this point in time. And I never have anything for you, so tonight, because I'm always at the end of the agenda, tonight we're going to show you a 3-minute of what we do at Elson.
Hi, my name is Ryan McFadden, and I'm the director of Lancaster County Academy. The Academy has been helping non-traditional students with life interruptions earn a high school diploma since 1993.
So I'm here because I couldn't function in the regular school environment.
I came to LCA because my senior year I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression.
I came to LCA because I was really struggling with my mental health. I felt kind of rushed.
Every kid deserves a schooling option that works for them. Some of our unique features include a self-paced independent learning environment, small setting, a super friendly staff, and our school to work coursework. These are some of the things that make us unique.
Hi, my name is Debbie Schmidt. I'm the school counselor and also in charge of the career classes here at Lancaster County Academy. And this is a very special place. I've been here for 5 years now, just celebrated my 5-year anniversary. And I can tell you it is a place that is so wonderful for our students. The teachers, the staff, they are so caring, so kind. We have a very small school here, so we really get the chance to know our students and find out what their barriers are. Like, what is it that's keeping them from being successful? What is it that is keeping them from graduating? And we really try to address that. And we get to know each student on a personal level. We get to work with them, and I can offer some personal counseling if they need it. We have motivational classes here to help them with goal setting, time management.
Well, I started this because I didn't have enough credits. I kind of messed up in sophomore year. I didn't do a bunch. They told me that they had this program, and it's a good atmosphere. I enjoyed it. I enjoy the place. I enjoy the people.
Yeah, I really like LCA because it lets me work at my own pace, and teachers like Debbie and Kathy really make it different from traditional school. I found that I had a really hard time waking up in the morning, going to school, dealing with the same 7 periods over and over again, and not getting the one-on-one help that I needed. This place really welcomed me with open arms, and they helped me to achieve my goals, and I finally graduated today, and I can move on with my life.
LCA has been a really big blessing for me. It's given me an opportunity that took me away from a very bad situation. Finally be able to get out of school and start doing my own thing as a grown up. Actually a great feeling, make my mom proud.
And the environment is amazing here. All the teachers are incredible. They're so kind and understanding. They get it, they really do. And that's why I was able to get my high school diploma. And that's the reason I'm in college today, because of LCA.
Phone charging slowly. This is the
LCA, I might add, right at the present time, we have 2 teachers that are on staff. They both have their doctorate degree. The other teachers are all, they have their degrees. They can work at their own thing. The last 2 years of graduation, Mannheim had the keynote speaker for both graduations. It's a very inexpensive alternative for schools that are in the academies, school districts. We have 14 slots, which will allow, I guess, 13 slots, that we allow 13 people in at one time. But if the first 5, and I think we do have 3 that have already passed their credits that they need to graduate, we can send 3 more down there at no extra charge. In the year, we had almost 84 people that were down there from Manheim Central. We're unique at Manheim. We can either go to the campus in Mount Joy or go down to the campus at Central Penn till the end of the year. It really is a tremendous organization. It really is heartwarming, and when you hear some of the stories, and then these people are able to go on to graduate. And I also get a graduation, and they do get a certificate from Lancaster County Academy. They also graduate at their home school. Well, they do get 2 diplomas, and Manheim Central is able to put them on our roll. They're excited about that. They can do dual graduation. We're very happy. I've been on for the last 13 years, and what Ryan McFadden has been doing has been, that ends my report, unless anybody has any questions. Informational items, of course, is the enrollment report we have. Board comments.
Are we about to visit, like, county? Academy?
Just let me know when you want to go and I'll make arrangements. Want to go see both of them, I'll take you.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Axe, Dr. Flannery, Brian, Virginia, everybody for all that you guys do. You guys, John, I mean, everybody. I don't think you guys get it enough of all the behind the scenes that you do every day. So thank you guys for all that you do.
Pat?
I don't have anything.
I just wanted to say, Pat, I went to visit Dr. X and Dr. Flannery took me to the next step. And that was really nice. Yeah, the new one. That's really nice. And all it needs is a little cement in the driveway. Concrete.
And we approved that along with
the driveway.
That was very nice. You were right. That
and
is,
we have two classes in there.
yeah, I saw that. That was nice. Thank you for letting me do that. That was good.
Dr. Weitzel, did you get the coffee pot for the Next Step House yet?
I know they were reported, Mr. Claire. I just don't know if they came in.
Because they're asking me when I'm going to bring their coffee to.
I'll give you an update.
All righty. Anybody else have any comments?
Just a quick reminder for the public that the next board meeting will be November 14th. That's a slight adjustment because we do have the board reorganization on December 1st. So we didn't have back-to-back meetings. We moved that. I wanted to make sure the public was aware of that. So you heard me say it. It's also going to be.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we're adjourned.
Make a motion.
Oh, we have to make a motion. All right.
I'll make a motion.
All right. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have to hit my gavel? Thank you, Matt.